On to the next round we go. Liverpool beat Brighton at Anfield in the FA Cup. And yeah, it was a good performance. Welcome to Marching Reds. I am Aman Chima, and here I am to review the game played between Liverpool and Brighton at Anfield under the lights in the fourth round of the FA Cup. And it is very important to highlight the fact that playing this game after a 2 day turnaround, knowing very well that you had a tough midweek fixture, you had to travel to Sunderland in those conditions, and you got a victory there. And with a victory here, you managed to not only get 2 wins on the bounce, but also put in 2 good performances back to back. So, something that we've not been used to this season. All Liverpool fans will be rejoicing the fact that maybe this is the time we actually see Liverpool turn a corner. So it was interesting to see what sort of lineup would Arne Slot go for, because that would dictate how seriously or how he's approaching this FA Cup altogether. The fact that we sort of predicted that he might go with a mixed lineup with like a few youngsters being named and a few senior players being also included in the 11, he sort of went with a much more stronger side. And the fact that only Gravenberg, Ekitike, and Robertson were the only big players that weren't named in the 11. So that means that he is taking this FA Cup seriously, and which is, of course, something that every fan would like to see. And although I was expecting a little bit more rotation, but again, he's the manager. There's a reason why he's there, and the reason why I am here. So again, you have to back his decisions. The only concern going into the game was that we are already down with so many injuries. I just hope that we come through this game unscathed, and that was the biggest positive. Although there were a few moments when Konate fell down, or like when Chiesa fell down, I thought like, okay, you know what? Just be a little careful there. You don't want another body going down and being ruled out for a significant period of time. But looking at the lineup, the first moment when I felt sort of a bit surprised when I saw Allison's name, I thought Mohamed Arshali would get in a start in this game, because you do expect Allison to start in the Premier League and in the Champions League. So maybe with the cup competition, you thought Mohamed Arshali would get a start, but it was the Brazilian in between the goal. And in the back four, it was Milos Kerkez who got his place back, replacing Andy Robertson. Centre backs were on the expected lines, Van Dijk and Konate, and in the right back position, Curtis Jones was named. In the midfield, it was really nice to see Dominic Szoboszlai slot right back into the setup. With him, it was Alexis McAllister and Florian Wirtz, and up top was Cody Gakpo, Federico Chiesa in the middle, and Mohamed Salah going through the right flank. And the first half, Brighton started off in a much more better way than Liverpool. But then, I mean, if you don't convert those half decent chances against Liverpool, especially at Anfield, you do expect Liverpool to sort of get their rhythm back quickly and sort of turn the momentum tide towards their favor. And that's what we saw. We saw the first goal coming in right before the halftime, and it was around the 40th or the 41st minute when Milos Kerkez gets the ball, which is already ricocheted towards the edge of the left side of the box. He crosses the ball in, and Curtis Jones, who was making his forward run, gets inside the box, beats his marker, and with his touch gets the first goal for Liverpool. And that was a moment where you could have taken a 0-0 at halftime, because it already had a knockout game feeling to it. You could sense the excitement being felt with both sets of fans. Like Anfield, the fact that they were playing at home, wanted to make sure that they were loud enough to not allow Brighton to create any sort of dangerous chances. But on the other hand, Brighton fans were also relishing the fact that it is a perfect time for them to, of course, take out another fish, knowing very well that they beat Man United at home in the previous round. So they could sense a bit of the feeling that we can get onto them. So after the Curtis Jones goal, feel so happy for him. The fact that in the last 2 or 3 weeks or so, he has not been getting much minutes, and I mean there were a lot of rumors going around him. But the best way to answer any such of thing is to put a solid performance in on the pitch, and the fact that he got rewarded with a goal, which eventually became the match-winning goal, Again, happy for our Scouser, the only Scouser left in our team. And that was 1-0 at the halftime break. Good performance overall. Of course, like if you're playing a team like Brighton, who like to get onto the ball, who like to play through the high press that Liverpool were trying to make, and if they are able to be successful with their passing, you are aware of their threat with like Gomez, who had a half decent chance, and in that moment, Allison needed to be completely switched on, which he was. So, yeah, you could see Brighton's being in the game, like not saying dominant in the game, but like controlling large parts of the game. But with Liverpool, it was just a matter of time with the shift that they were putting in that they would be going ahead. That's how I looked at it. And in the second half, more of the same. Brighton started off on the positive note, and they were like trying to get back into the game as soon as possible. And after 10 minutes or so, we saw this brilliant play when Brighton had all the momentum, and it was not against the run of play, but it was Cody Gakpo who around 55th minute or so gets the ball towards the half line and switches it off to Mohamed Salah on the right flank. And when the ball was coming through, Mohamed Salah saw the run of Dominic Soboslai, who had acres of space to run behind. And with his first touch, which was so sublime, plays in Soboslai and he slots it straight home. And what a finish, what a pass, and what a play by Liverpool. And within just the first 11, 12 minutes or so, we were 2-0 up. And now it was all game management from here. And that is what we did. And then the third goal comes by. It was all Mohamed Salah. Like he gets the ball right across the half line, and he has the Brighton left back tucked really tight to him, and he has this. He spins away and runs down the flank, gets inside the box, avoids a few tackles, and then eventually gets tackled and then gets a penalty awarded. And at that point, it was all about the king showing his prowess, and it was good to see him get onto the score sheet because, again, Mohamed Salah and goals go hand in hand, and the fact that he has not been scoring enough for us would definitely be something that would have played on his mind. And great penalty, 3-0, job done. Salah gets his goal, Curtis gets his goal, Soboslai comes back. It feels as if like he never left, and perfect team performance. So I could not see any not so good performance. The fact that the backline would look solid. Allison is Allison. In the midfield, McAllister also had a really nice game. And with Beards being subbed off around 70 minutes, you could see that Arne Slot was trying to rotate his players. And we saw Joe Gomez come on. We saw Trey Newny come on. Calvin Ramsey also got the nod. And Ngamoa and Hugo Ekitike were the remaining substitutes that were called as well. So 3-0, on to the next stage. No injuries and a week's rest from now. So a good game by Liverpool. The fact that we meant business and we got it done. So Arne Slot should be happy. The fans should be happy. The team should be happy. And now it's all about making sure that we use this game as a standard and make sure that our levels keep on increasing from there. You can definitely be assured that this Liverpool team has enough in them to make sure that this season, although however it has been for the last 3-4 odd months or so, can still be special. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. But for today, it was job done, and on to the next round we go. So you let me know in the comment section on how you thought Liverpool played. Personally, I just felt that it was a great performance, a great team performance altogether, and we deservedly go into the next round. And it'll be interesting to see whether we play another Premier League side or not. But yeah, the only thing that I can think of is that maybe Arne Slot should have given a few more minutes to the likes of Ngamoa, Ramsey, Newny. Like instead of waiting till the dying minutes of the game, maybe as soon as we were 3-0 up, you could have let them go on. But it is what it is. No injuries, and the advancement to the next round was required, and that's what we did. Job done for today. And yeah, so this was my review of the game. Let me know what you thought during the game in that comment section below. And if you've liked this video, let me know by liking this video and also subscribing to my channel. I'll see you very shortly. Till then, take care.